Viewers, thank you for joining us. You're watching our weekly program, Diplomacy, and I joined by President of Ethiopian Students Association in Korea. We're going to talk about the association and ties between Ethiopian, Korean universities and Ethiopian universities as well. The collaboration between the government of Ethiopia and the government of Korea and areas of a scholarship for students as well. Eyob, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me at this.
All right.
Pleasure meeting you on your show.
All right. Can you precisely tell us about yourself before going to the conversation widely?
Okay, thank you. So as you have mentioned, my name is Eyob Wendu. I am a son of a farmer family, born in West Hararge zone of Oromia region in a warada named Gubakorcha at a specific place named Biyamfidi. Now I think it's called, the Kabale is called Oda Anani. And then raised in Oda Gadisa Kabale of currently, and joined elementary school at Bube Elementary School. And like the elementary school was far away from my residence, so it takes about an hour. I have to walk to the school and then come back. So that time there were no roads, so we have to go through the hills to go to the school, and still, but they don't have access to even the communication network. My families, even to reach me out, they have to go to the hills and then call me directly. Leave alone the electricity and then sanitation access. That's a luxury for them. So I was born and raised there, and then joined Issa High School, where my uncle resides at. And after completing the high school in 2012, I have joined Addis Ababa University, and then joined chemical engineering department at Addis Ababa University, and graduated from that department into 2017. Gregorian calendar, I'm telling. And I've joined a Germany multinational company, BASF named, and I worked there for just 8 months after graduating, and then I got scholarship opportunity in Korea and came to Korea in 2018 September. And since then, I'm pursuing my combined master's and a PhD program at Chunggang University in Seoul, the capital city of Korea. Currently, I am a PhD candidate at the university, probably going to graduate by next August. And also I am running Ethiopian Students Association in Korea as a president since last April. Yeah, that's what I can tell about myself. Thank you for this.
Okay, Eyob, thank you. As you've said, you're president of Ethiopian Students Association in Korea. And let me ask you this. Why it's important to form an association there?
Thank you. One of the importance of forming an association here is, like, before I came here, even Ethiopian students were like, they don't know each other. They have nothing that organizes them. And unless you are united and then you have something to have a table and sit on it and discuss, so you can't know each other. Even those living in the same cities, they don't know each other. No communication unless they are in the same university. So with that in mind, my fellow friends were discussing before I arrived here about forming an association. And then after I came, there were discussions, but no action taken. And then in 2021, the embassy was also about to close that time. So we came up with an idea: we have to form the association. Otherwise, we don't have anything like even that takes us together and defend whatever difficulties we face here in Korea. Like, there are huge cultural differences as compared to Ethiopia, and also the language is a barrier. And like, to bring the societies in here, especially the students, we came up with an idea of forming the association. In fact, it's advantageous to share knowledge back home, also to share scholarship opportunities from here to students back home, who and also to have conferences here within ourselves and with universities in Ethiopia also to have workshops. So that's why we founded the association.
So as the president, you are responsible for everything that related to our students, Ethiopian students who just enrolled in various universities in Korea. And can you just tell us, I mean, the number of students who are attending their studies in Korea?
The active Ethiopian students, so far we have the data, are around more than 280 students, including the undergraduate and postgraduate. And we have more than 300 graduates already graduating, working here, and went back home, went to other countries, be it America or Europe. The number is that, yeah.
Obviously, scholarship can be either full scholarship or half or free scholarship. And can you just tell us the kind of scholarship that is awarded to Ethiopian students who are attending their studies there?
Okay, thank you. So there are various forms of scholarships given in Korea. That's might be by government or university, or maybe corporate scholarship, foundation scholarship. Also, there is a combatant family scholarship specific to countries that have sent their soldiers in the Korea War. And also there is culture exchange scholarship in Korea. Also, there is specifically exchange scholarships, especially given to countries that are not the third world countries. And also there is Korean language scholarship, which lasts for a year. And to detail is, the Korean government scholarship has two tracks of ways of getting the scholarship. One is embassy track, and the other is a university track. So they have a quota for each country, but there are countries that are eligible to apply for. Among them, Ethiopia is one of the countries that's eligible to apply for the government of Korea scholarship. So Ethiopians can apply for embassy track and university track. The difference between the embassy track and the university track is the embassy track, you apply at the Korean embassy in your specific country. So for Ethiopia, they go and apply at the Korean embassy in Ethiopia, and then the embassy have their applications, and then they screen out by themselves, and then the government here will make an interview, the embassy will make an interview, Ministry of Education will make an interview. Upon that, they will get accepted. And the university track, you directly search for the universities you want to apply, and then search the specific field of study. You can apply only to one university for the scholarship covered by the government of Korean scholarship. Only one university and one department with the university track. But with the embassy track, you have flexibility with the universities. You can apply your primary preference, secondary preference, and tertiary preference of the university. And with that, like if the primary fails, the secondary you can get, the tertiary choice of yours you can get. The others, the university specific scholarship, like mainly related to Ethiopian cases, GKS, the government of Korea scholarship, university specific scholarship, corporate scholarship, and combatant family scholarship. The others, exchange scholarship, culture exchange, and Korean language scholarship. People rarely from Ethiopia came here to learn the Korean language or exchange for a semester. We can't afford, maybe they can't afford the money or the expenses here. So I will explain about the series. I've detailed about the government of Korea scholarship. Now I'll go to the university specific scholarship. For the university specific scholarship, every university has its own scholarship opportunities released every semester. So we have been posting each scholarship opportunities that has been released by each university or the government of Korea scholarship on our page. the Ethiopian Students Association in Korea. They can find it on, people can find it on Facebook, in Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn. If they follow it there, we have been consistently posting it. So the university specific scholarship, once you find the scholarship opportunities on the university, you need to read about it and then find a specific laboratory or a specific professor to apply at, and then you apply to the professor, and then the university's international office will follow it, and then they will track you, and then they will screen out once the professor asks you upon getting a recommendation from the professor that you applied at, and then you come here if you get accepted. And the other is corporate scholarship. It's like the company, you know, Quaker in Ethiopia.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's a scholarship covered by corporates like Quaker, maybe also the Korean hospital also gives that kind of scholarship. They will cover all your expense, and then you come here. And the other is combatant family scholarship. For the combatant family scholarship, if you have a relative, might be your grandfather or
Forefathers or
that came to Korea during the Korea War, they will cover all the expenses of yours and then bring you here, find a scholarship opportunity here, or find your job also.
what kinds of benefits would the scholarship students get during their studies in Korea?
It depends on the type of scholarship you get. For some, there are scholarships that only covers your tuition fee, and then you cover your stipend or living or accommodation expenses. But most of Ethiopian students here have the full scholarship that covers the stipend, the tuition waiver, and also conferences, and any laboratory equipments you use here are free. The scholarship or the laboratory you are working at covers that cost for you. Also, some might get chance for international conferences and conferences within the country also. But specifically for government of Korea students, they get a chance to learn Korean language here. Also, cultural exchange here they make, and then they will have a trip across Korea also. Also, they have a round trip flight to their home country for free. The scholarship covers that. So this kind of scholarship benefits are available for all that could look.
What makes Korean universities unique comparing with other universities, other reputable universities in Europe and in the US?
To speak specifically about that, I think Europe and the universities in US also are very good. But what makes Koreans unique is their work ethic. So they have a reputable work ethics here in Korea. You might find them like working for more than 12 hours a day, even the students in your lab. Even you can find professors working here for more than 15 hours a day. So that's one of the things that makes them special. And the other thing is the government of Korea gives special due attention to R&D. As you know, Korea has no natural resources in terms of minerals. So what they have is their people. And so they have to invest on the mind of their population. So with that, they highly invest on the academics. Also, they have academic freedom here. And people who want to the technology schools like the computer engineering and IT, they are well known in the world. So Korean universities are all with this. And also there is an excellent transportation system here in Korea. And they are one of the leading countries in terms of the transportation systems. And also, unlike other universities in Europe or US, you might say like you'll have a number of publications here in Korea if you are pursuing your master's or PhD degree. Highly probable that you'll have a number of publications, and that will make your professional reputation very good.
Actively working on promoting your country, Ethiopia, and the students obviously do promoting their culture, custom, tradition, and other values of their country. Can you just tell us the way how you handle promoting Ethiopia apart from your study?
Yeah, so in our association, we have a motto like everywhere we are, we do everything we can to represent Ethiopia. So among the objectives of our association lies promoting Ethiopia's culture and history and defending Ethiopia's national interest. So with that, to achieve that objective, any chance arises in Korea, like be festival or tournament or workshops, we're there to represent our nation. So we have been like representing our country. Even last week we have at All Africa Festival here. Before that, there were CAFCON, we call it Korea Africa Cup of Nations. We participated on that. And also before that, there were one of the prestigious universities in Korea is Yonsei. They have had Yonsei Africa Week. And then within that also we have participated. What we take on our hand is we dress up with our cultural costumes and then have what Ethiopia has here that's well known is coffee. So the coffee is served with a modern way here. We will take every coffee ceremony. The embassy, of course, helps us with that. And then we will bring our women here with traditional costumes. And then we will boil coffee from the scratch. We will show them all the details. And then most of the time we have defodabos. And then we give them a taste to the defo. And sometimes we will have snacks like polo. We bring it from Ethiopia. And then also we promote Ethiopia's touristic destinations. Every UNESCO registered Ethiopia's destinations, we make a banner for that, like this. I can show you here. We prepare it, and then, yeah, show Ethiopia's touristic sites to everyone that's visiting us, and then we prepare postcards, and then detail about what is in it, and then we write their names with it, with Ethiopian flag, give it to them. Yeah, that way we do promote Ethiopia.
Lately, you have marked Erecha in Korea, right? Can you tell us about it?
Erecha, I think we have been celebrating it here for the last 3 years. And not only the students, all the Oromo communities or anyone who wants to join in celebrating Erecha, we call each other and then come here. We have named, there is a long river, historical river here in Korea. It's called Han River.
Is that Han River?
Yep. Yes. So we gather each other.
Very historical.
Yeah, historical river. Korea is called in background the Han River.
Yeah.
So we go there and then have the grasses and then say Mariho, Mariho.
Yeah.
And then have the Recha. After that, have a chatting time together. And people who don't know each other will know each other. Also, it will promote the huge Ethiopia's culture. So Recha is one of the festivals. Maybe I would say like one of like the highly celebrated festival in Africa. It will be.
Thank you.
So with that in mind, we do that.
And also you held culture festival?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about it as well?
Yeah, as I've mentioned it before, we have at Seoul Africa Festival here in Korea. It is the biggest festival based on Africa in Korea. So we have registered ourselves for that festival and then cook what Ethiopia has to there. And we brought the coffee and everything I've told you before, like the snacks before and the postcards. And also what makes this festival special is there were a fashion show. So we have brought uh, Ethiopia's traditional costumes. We got it from our students thanks to them, and then the Ethiopian embassies, they have it here. So we gave it to the organizers. It's called African Insight, and then we dressed them up professionally. Of course, we got help from
Okay.
professionals in Ethiopia also, and we have shown up that in detail, I think, to the world what Ethiopia's tradition looks like.
Okay. Koreans honor Ethiopians very, very highly, and obviously because of the Kanyao battalion soldiers who fought during the Korean War. I mean, brought us that honor, brought that honor to Ethiopians in Korea or wherever they are, perceived by Koreans in a special way. Uh, how do you substantiate this? And have you noticed a unique perception about Ethiopians, specifically among other students, especially in campus, in universities, or in marketplace, wherever you go?
Koreans, whenever they find you are Ethiopian, they remember Ethiopia for three things. One is the Kanyo battalion, the one you have mentioned. And the other is for its coffee, and the other is for Ababa Bikila.
Mhm.
So if you meet the elderly people here in Korea, they will thank you for the sacrifice our forefathers has paid during the Korea War, and then you might get an invitation of some drink or some food with them, and then they will praise Ethiopia too much. And then I have faced someone like saying, I will die for Ethiopia. So some of them who knows their history too much, they highly value that. And then the others will tell you when you tell them Ethiopia, oh, I know Baba Bikila.
Mm.
I've seen him on the TV.
Mm.
And others will tell you about the coffee taste. And everybody's is in love with Ethiopian coffee. I think the Kanyao battalion has a huge value to especially the elderly Koreans. The youngsters, they are not highly educated about their history here in Korea. I think they choose their specific fields while joining the high school. So what they learn is Asian history and then their history in wrap up. I think there needs something to be done even behind us. Also, our association is doing its best to let this thing not degrade. And in some cities like Tunpon, it is Addis Ababa sisterly city in Korea, and there is a museum named by Ethiopia, and also there is a road named by its name, and also there is a coffee shop named by Ethiopia also there. So in that city, Ethiopia is very well known.
Mm.
And in areas where the memorial places found in the capital city in Seoul, in that same area, people residing around that, they remember Ethiopia. Of course, the flag is raised everywhere, and then you feel proud that.
Okay.
And
Do you have anything to add?
anyone who needs a scholarship here in Korea, first of all, they need to follow a link named www.studyinkorea.go.kr. On that link, I'll forward it to you. You can broadcast it while broadcasting this record, and they will follow the scholarship opportunities there and on our page. But they need to have these things. One is a personal statement, and the other is their curriculum vitae or resume, and the other is they need to have a competent GPA, and they have to graduate from prestigious universities in Ethiopia.
What does it mean by prestigious? We have, for example, in Ethiopia, you could find both private and government universities, and obviously, private ones got, some name in some aspects. They are business oriented, others are good.
Yeah.
See, what does it mean by?
When I mean like prestigious universities, it's like
Which are
universities,
prestigious universities in Ethiopia?
any university that is recognized by the Ministry of Education
Okay.
and that has got its reputation in the country.
Mm.
So that's prestigious. That's
Okay.
taken as prestigious. So they need to have that. And if possible, they need to have a TOEFL test or IELTS test. Take that and then have your original degrees and transcripts. And also authenticate all the documents you have going to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, I think, now. And your university also, the university you have graduated from. And then once you have that, track, choose like which scholarship should I look for? Is there government of Korea scholarship or the university scholarship? And then with that, they can apply and then get the scholarship opportunities here.
Eyob Wendu, President of Ethiopian Students Association in Korea. Thank you for your insights about everything related to scholarship in Korea, your students there, your workers. We appreciate you on behalf of OB and Horn of Africa. Dear viewers, this brings you the end of our edition for today. Bye-bye. See you next time with another edition.